Everyone, my name is Rob. Welcome back to my YouTube channel called The Movie Vault. Let's talk about movies. If you're interested in 4K, Blu Ray, DVD, movie collecting, reviews, all that sort of good stuff, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video, so you guys can be one of the first to see those videos as they go live here on the main channel. If you want to see some more exclusive content, help support the Movie Vault in other ways, don't forget to check out my Patreon account. The link is always in the description. Let's get into today's video. I was sent an early copy of the Brandon Cronenberg movie Possessor on Blu Ray. This is the UK release. This is coming from Signature Entertainment, 2020 movie, released here in February 2021. This is the uncut version of the movie. Really interesting. A couple of technical details for you guys here. 104 minutes long the movie is going to run. 1.78 to 1 aspect ratio, full screen picture off of this one. Audio wise, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, and I will mention that this is a Region B Blu-ray release. Cast and crew on this one, just so you know, I mentioned it there. Brandon Cronenberg directs, son of David Cronenberg. If you guys are not familiar with him, Brandon has done some other movies and shorts that I'm not really aware of his work prior to Possessor. So this was a really interesting movie for me to watch. First time watching his work. Cast on this one: Andrea Riseborough, Christopher Abbott, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Sean Bean is kind of your main four cast in there. Packaging artwork, I really like the yellow and the black kind of colour scheme here, much like the Movie Vault logo. This one comes with a slip. Now the sleeve and the slip are the same thing, same kind of artwork either side, but really cool. You get the kind of ghost face stuff on the front here. I like the Possessor font, really cool. Yellow and the black works well for me. You get the kind of the kind of device and stuff on the back there, really cool. Same artwork on the sleeve, and the disc cover art is the same as the cover art on the actual slip and the sleeve. Just in terms of like a quick kind of brief description about this movie, the main character, Andrea Riseborough, plays Voss. She's like an assassin, but she kind of I guess like possesses. She kind of takes over people's sort of bodies, takes over their minds to take control of their bodies to like complete an assassination of somebody who they're hired by a company to kind of assassinate, and then comes back out of the mind. She uses this device to kind of go and do that kind of mind control sort of a possession kind of a thing. Really interesting concept. I thought it was quite good. AV quality on this one, nice surround mix, as I mentioned. DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, sounds really nice. Dialogue's cool, clean, clear. Some action scenes, like there's a couple of, you know, gunshots and a couple of fights, horror stuff, stuff like that. I don't want to say too much without giving too much away with the movie, but yeah, the surround mix is nice, and there's also a 2-channel stereo track on this. You can change it in the menu settings if you want to listen to the 2 stereo track. Picture quality, clean, crisp, clear picture, you know, HD, Blu-ray. Really nice transfer. Obviously this was shot digitally, this movie. Really cool. The colours are nice and vibrant. I really like the kind of the colour schemes and stuff going on in the movie. You know, as an artistic choice by Brandon Cronenberg, really interesting. Reds and blues and greens and stuff. Really cool. Nice and vibrant. And yeah, really overall the look of the movie is really cool. I believe they kind of speak in the bonus features about Brandon Cronenberg says it's kind of, he says it's set in like, he imagines it's set in an alternative 2008, because there's kind of some futuristic stuff and there's some kind of old cars and stuff like that, and it was really interesting. Visually a very interesting movie. As I mentioned, all those things I just mentioned there, really cool. Another thing that kind of struck me about this one, Possessor, is sometimes the framing of the movie. So I'm kind of pretty much central in this picture here. A couple of scenes stood out to me at the start where Jennifer Jason Leigh is speaking to Voss, Andrea Riseborough's character, and she might be speaking this way like on the camera, but instead of being framed centrally, Jennifer Jason Leigh is kind of framed over here and looking this way, right to the side of the frame. It's really interesting how they done it. In terms of shooting the movie as well, there is Voss in the real world. All the camera is handheld work, so you're getting kind of slight movement. There's no like tripods, none of that. And when she's in the kind of she's in the assassin world, taking over the body, the mind of whoever she's possessing, it's all steady cam and, you know, tripods locked off, super steady shots. Really interesting. the choices that they made, how to do that, that really struck me watching the movie. There is some flash photography scenes I will mention in this, so if that's something that might affect you, just be aware of that. There's a lot of kind of flash photography scenes. Not a lot, there is some in there. Another thing of note here, you can kind of see it on the back here, the device that they kind of, the helmet device they put on, there's all these cables coming out of it, and they're actually audio cables. I was looking, and it's like they're XLR cables and like RCA cables coming out of the device. I just thought that was really interesting when I spotted that. Practical effects is another thing I really like about Possessor. There's a bonus feature where they talk about it, and there's literally only 2 or 3 CGI shots in the movie where the main character kind of puts on a kind of virtual reality kind of headset, and that's done CG, and the same company does. They kind of put in some little CG computer graphic panels on a wall, but otherwise everything is all practical effects, which if you guys watch the channel long enough, you know I'm a big fan of. So really, really cool there. Bonus features, there's 55 minutes of bonus features on Possessor, which is really, really cool. You get like 8.5 minutes of deleted scenes, and I mean, watching them, they're nothing that would add to the movie, and they're nothing that would take away having them not in there. Again, interesting to see them on the release here. There is a heightened world. The look of Possessor is like a 10-minute feature talking to the production designer, the director, the cast about, you know, sort of how the look of the movie and coming up with the production design sort of stuff. You have Identity Crisis bringing Possessor to life. This is a 14-minute feature, mostly the cast talking about getting their head around you know, kind of Christopher Abbott playing the male character, but Andrea Riseborough playing the female Voss the assassin, but, you know, taking over who's playing who. Really, really interesting in there. The joy of practical, the effects of Possessor is a 12-minute bonus feature with the special effects makeup artist talking about all those practical effects that I just mentioned. Really, really cool. There is also a short film by Brandon Cronenberg. It's the Please Speak Continuously. It has a massive long title, but Please Speak Continuously is the start of that. It's a 9-minute short movie. Really nice touch to have that in here as well. Overall on Possessor, yeah, really interesting movie, and visually interesting. I like the idea of, you know, the kind of the going in to take over someone's mind to, you know, possess them to carry out an assassination and then get back out of the body. Really, really interesting, visually interesting. It can be a gore fest at times, lots of blood. I mean, it's marked 18s for strong gory violence and nudity. So yeah, there is a lot of blood in there. If you like a blood fest, gore fest sort of horror movie, this one's for you. Fans of David Cronenberg, I think, will be pleased with this. You know, as I mentioned, Brandon is David's son. The body horror, body shock kind of elements are in Possessor as well, so I think you'll really enjoy this one if you're a fan of David Cronenberg. Yeah, I highly recommend picking this one up. Possessor, uncut, on Blu Ray, UK release, Signature Entertainment, February 8th it's released. Do check it out, add it to your collection if you're a fan of horror, any of those stuff, Cronenberg stuff. You're going to really like Possessor, and I highly recommend adding it to your collection. Okay guys, that does it for another review video here on the Movie Vault. Of course, if you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Let me know in the comments down below, have you seen Possessor? Are you going to pick it up? Good one to add to your collection. Let me know your thoughts on Possessor. As always, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.